Welcome back for another video. In this one we're going to catch up with all the experts to see what they're doing for Game Week 9. There's a couple of chips active this week as well, so we've got the best team for Game Week 9 with a wildcard team to go through later. If you're new around here, the experts have got some elite rank finishes between them. To follow this series every game week, hit subscribe. Let's get into it, and James Crespo has moved clear top of the Experts League with a massive score of 68 last game week, which puts him at 3.5k overall rank. Very strong start to the season, he's on 546 total points now. Well done if you're able to beat the Experts average, which was 51 points last game week. Moving on to the transfer activity, lots of rogue transfers this week, 70% not making a move this week, 27% are making one transfer, and my manager's making 2 transfers. There are 2 wildcards active which were activated over the international break, more on that later. We've got a wildcard team to share from a top manager. So here's the top experts transfers this week. Tsimikas is their most transferred in player with 9% picking him up. Immediate response to the news that Robertson could be out till the new year and he might require surgery for a shoulder injury he picked up over the break. We talked about him a bit in yesterday's final team thoughts video, but to summarise, we'll use a great bit of analysis from Fpl Run Farm, who investigated his minutes in the games where Robertson's missed out historically, either due to injury or benching. There is some speculation that Gomez or someone else could still get some games in left back, but as far as his findings, in the 18 games that Robertson missed out, Tsimikas started in his place in all 18. However, he only played 90 in 11 of those 18. There are 4 occasions where he didn't play more than 60 minutes, so that's a bit of a concern. However, all in all, Tsimikas is a really good pick with the fixtures ahead. If we pull up the fixture difficulty table for the next 8 game weeks, Liverpool is second to West Ham. So he's a 4.4 mil route into a team with great fixtures and he has attacking threat, 3.4 mil saves over going for Trent. He might even take some corners as well, which we have seen in the past. Liverpool are home to Everton this week, but it's a move you can quite easily delay a week or two and assess how he looks. Watkins and Areola are being brought in by 5% this week. Aston Villa are on a run of 10 home wins in a row and they've got 2 home games up next. Notably Luton in Game Week 10, but they've got West Ham this week, who are 3rd worst for expected goals conceded this season. The question for many is Alvarez or Watkins. With many on a 3-5-2 formation, it's very hard to switch to a front 3 with both of them, plus Haaland without wildcarding. FPL Review's projections has these 3 as the top over the next 8 game weeks, with Watkins slightly ahead, 2 or so points in front. It's a move you could easily delay till Game Week 10 with Alvarez home to Brighton this week, but there's every chance that Alvarez matches Watkins over the next 8 or even outscores him for 1.2 mil less. Sterling and Estupiñán are the most sold this week. Sterling was actually the top scorer in Game Week 8 with a 16-pointer, but Chelsea do face Arsenal. Estupiñán still out injured. 3% are selling Botman. The latest from Hal is that he is improving and the 2 weeks have been good for him. Not very helpful comments, but it sounds pretty promising. A couple of managers are selling Saka this week. Not particularly helpful comments from Arteta either, who said he's been working hard to be fit for the game and he'll see how he is today. As we know, they face Sheffield United home in Game Week 10, which is a week you'll want to have him in your team if possible, or at least Ødegaard or Martinelli, so those selling him might be looking for a 1-week punt before wildcarding him back in Game Week 10. If you are looking for a 1-week punt, there's a few options this week like Fernandes, Rashford, Mbeumo, Højlund and Maddison. We're all well aware of how disappointing Bruno and Rashford have been this season, however they both scored over the international break, and Sheffield United are worst in the league for expected goals conceded, so they're definitely a team to target. Rashford in particular could thrive with Egan out injured down his side. So looking at the chip landscape, just over a third in the Experts League still have their wildcard remaining, all other chips basically untouched. I expect we'll see a lot of wildcards active in Game Week 10 to attack the fixture swings, so next week's video should be a banger, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Andrew Debenham has his wildcard active this week. His last 3 ranks are 16k, 1.2k and 8.6k, average rank finish of 8k. His wildcard team is Turner, Areola, in defence Burn, Udogie, Cash, Gabriel, Taylor. Midfield consisting of Salah, Son, Diaby, Maddison, Neto, and up top he's got Haaland, Watkins and Archer. He sent in some commentary behind the decision and picks, which is as follows. So I decided to wildcard this week, 1 week earlier than planned. Basically I've been having a bit of a disaster so far this season, and the players I'd like from next week look like they're going to be going up in price quite quickly. Players like Areola, Watkins, Salah etc. So a little bit of a rage wildcard for Game Week 9. I have left 0.5 mil in the bank, possibly ready to upgrade Maddison to Saka in Game Week 10, or alternatively I might go down to Martinelli and leave enough money to upgrade someone like Diaby if necessary. I'm going to keep triple Villa for now and hope they explode against Luton, and hopefully wildcarding 1 week earlier than planned will help gain ground on the pack. I should also add that if I get early team news on Tsimikas starting against Everton, I might use the 0.5 mil spare to upgrade Taylor to Tsimikas instead. Best of luck on the wildcard, Andrew, thanks for sharing. That brings us to Game Week 9 Captaincy. So many good options this week, but here's how the experts are leaning this week. Haaland the clear favourite here with 83% captaincy, Salah in second with 16%, Son and Alvarez captained by a single manager each. If we look at the Game Week 9 goal scorer probabilities, Haaland is heavily favourite with a 56.5% chance of scoring, Salah 46%, Son 42.5%, and Alvarez 36%. Again, referring back to the point on 1 week punts, Rashford's way up there. Isak reportedly hasn't trained with the team yet, so Wilson's high up on the goal scorer odds and a great punt as well. Højlund worth a mention as well. So let's have a look at the experts team for Game Week 9 using the highest owned players between them within budget. The consensus team is as follows. It's Turner in goal, Burn, Cash and Udogie in defence, Salah vice captain, Son, Diaby, Maddison and Mbeumo, and up top Haaland and Alvarez. Watkins is rapidly catching up with Alvarez, but not enough to knock him out of the team yet. Trippier is 49% owned among the experts, which is high enough to join the team, but within budget there's not enough room to squeeze him in. Bowen's actually 3% ahead of Diaby as well, but again it's very close and the team needs to be within budget to look reasonable. Porro's 39% owned, but we can't have quadruple Spurs, so Cabore's in ahead of Porro. On paper it's a great team this week, 11 out of 11 players with home fixtures, which is rare. So will Game Week 9 live up to the expectations? There can often be a few surprises after international breaks, but hopefully not this time round. We'll probably see a shake up to the team in Game Week 10, with the likes of Watkins and Saka surely on their way into the team soon. As always, we ask the experts for their tips and thoughts for the game week ahead. Wader says it feels dangerous going against Haaland for captaincy this week and as a long-term strategy, as if when he inevitably hauls, it's going to have a big impact on overall rank. Nico, on the other hand, is one of the experts who sold Haaland before the Arsenal game, ahead so far, but he says, quite nervous for this game week, having sold Haaland last week on my wildcard. I have a route to him with a -8, but I'm trying to stick to my strategy for the next 6 game weeks. Fpl Gw9 says, after last week's successful wildcard so far, which included a Cole Palmer punt which fell kindly, I've loaded up on most of the heavy hitters this week. I'll be captaining Haaland, while any returns from Son, Salah and Watkins and Trippier should also give me a rank boost, which is very nice and perhaps rare position to be in. Royal Blue FPL says, could be the most important game week of the season so far when it comes to captaincy, with Haaland, Salah and Son all likely to be popular options. It does feel nice to have all three though, minus the headache over which to give the armband. Fantasy Football Scout Joe says, a week to hold transfers. With fixture swings for Arsenal and Brighton in Game Week 10, holding transfers for that week looks key. Thorfinn says, 2 international breaks are down, 1 to go. Thanks for watching. To follow this series every game week, subscribe to the channel. We'll be live in the morning for the deadline stream and hopefully some early team news. See you soon.